Hi, if you like the video, please remember to subscribe.
Hi, I'm Rob from roblandphoto.com, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about my Samsung Galaxy Nexus phone 2 years in, and kind of my thoughts about the phone, how I've got on with it, maybe what I'm going to be looking for in my next phone, and maybe give you some ideas. I don't think you can buy this phone new anymore, but perhaps if you'd seen one second hand, you know, what you might be looking for, what was good, what was bad, and what I particularly enjoyed about the phone. So, as I say, I've had the Galaxy Nexus for about 2 years now. Before this, I had the HTC Desire, which was much smaller, and going to this sort of form factor of phone was really, really good. Really enjoyed the larger screen. Great for looking at photographs, great for watching videos. It's also got a slightly curved screen as well. Which now I don't know if this is the case, and it might have contributed to it, or probably the fact that I used it with the phone for quite a while. But after about a year, I actually cracked the screen. I don't know whether you probably won't be able to see this on the video. Maybe if I put it at a bit of an angle, you might be able to see there's a crack about halfway across the screen. But anyway, what I did was straight away I then put a screensaver on, and ever since then there's been no problem. The screen has behaved fantastically. So, you know, what's good and what's bad about the screen, about the phone? Well, as I say, the screen, really, really nice bright, nice display. Let's see if I can bring up some video for you to watch so you can give an idea. In fact, even some of the newer screens, my son's just got the, which one? He's got the Nexus 5, and this screen, although not as sharp because it doesn't have the pixel density of the latest sort of screens, it's still pretty damn good. Let's have a look, see if we can get Netflix to load up and play you a little bit of a short video. Here we go. There we go. I'm not quite sure what that is, but I'll just play it. I think it might be Breaking Bad. There we go. So yeah, really, really good. I mainly use it for watching a little bit of video, watching YouTube videos, obviously checking my Gmail, checking my emails, really good for that. I use it an awful lot for reading RSS feeds using Feedly, which is a great app, and then sharing the good things that I see on Feedly with the rest of the world via Twitter and via Google Plus. So this is Feedly here. Let me just. So see if we can get into that. So this is kind of Feedly, and you can zoom through. He says, without turning Google Plus on. I'm not doing very well at that. There we go. So you can zoom through, and then you can kind of look at your things, and then you can share them with everybody else. And the big screen has made a massive difference in that. It's really easy to read. I think the screen is more than up to being able to. It's sharp enough for text, and that's really nice as well. I look at the BBC News website. I look at the Guardian website. I look a lot at things like using the Amazon app. That's really cool. And the Gumtree app, I use that every day to go through. I use it for audiobooks, Walk Player. That's a really good app for doing it that way. And generally, all these kind of smartphone things, I can't really question it. It's got enough. It only has internal memory. I think it's got 8 gigabytes. Could be wrong. It might be 16. You'd have to look that up. But the reason why I don't really need to give you an accurate figure is because it doesn't matter. I've never been able to fill it all the way up. Because probably about every 6 months, what I've found is the Galaxy Nexus really does like a hard reset. So what I do is I copy all my photos and videos and documents off it, give it a hard reset, and then the responsiveness goes through the roof. It really is very fast and very slick indeed. As far as battery life goes, that's been okay. Under heavy use, though, I would probably say if you're using the internet a lot and browsing the web, it probably, it doesn't last the whole day, probably 6-7 hours maximum. and then you've got to recharge it. So you really need to have a charger at your place of work and stuff like that. One of the things that kind of hobbled it for me, this particular phone, and it's no fault of the phone, was probably the data plan I was on with O2. I was only on a 500 megabytes a month data plan. Basically, I got the phone free on a £21 a month contract for 2 years. And I think I got 500 megs worth of data, 300 texts, and 100 minutes, I think, which wasn't that good, apart from the fact that I got, one of the top smartphones at the time. And only having 500 megs of data, I would run out normally about 3/4 of the way through the month if I was using it heavily away from wireless, which also meant, obviously, as soon as you run out of data, things like Google Maps, which are fantastic for directions and things, would become pretty much useless. But that's no fault of the phone. That was the data plan I decided to go on. Probably the most disappointing thing about the phone has been the camera. Now, I'm not saying the camera doesn't take nice photographs. In nice daylight, it takes great photographs. And even in darker conditions, if you're taking close-up product shots of stuff, the flash makes it okay as well. Probably the most disappointing thing is the speed that it takes to start up. And this is common across lots of smartphones. So if you've come across a smartphone that turns on fast, by all means, please share it with me. Because even when you've got the phone turned off, say like that, and then I want to fire up the camera, you can turn it on, can't you? And you can zip it over, and then we can take a picture. But that's a good probably 2.5, 3 seconds between me turning the phone on and taking the picture. And I want something that I can just go dunk, even have a hardware button you press, and it flashes up, and you can press the button straight away. Maybe I'm spoiled from shooting with DSLRs all the time, where with a DSLR you turn it on, you press the shutter button, and you click, and it's taking the picture. And that this definitely doesn't work for that. Once you've got the picture in there, it's great. You've got things like Snapseed, or even the baked-in photo editing app is really, really good. Google Sky Maps, that's fantastic if you're into your astral photography or generally just watching the stars and you want to know where the moon is at a particular time, or where it'll be on a particular part of the sky. You can't really beat it. What other things do I use? Quite a lot, excuse me. The flashlight, obviously. Argos, look at that, Facebook and Twitter. And that's about it. I'm not really that much of a heavy apps user. There's probably about 6 or 7 apps that I use a lot of the time. So I guess the final question is, would I recommend this as a second-hand buy for anybody? And I would say if you can pick one up cheap, it is very, very good, because that screen is so nice. The camera's not brilliant. It takes nice photographs outside in the day, but again, it takes a while for it to turn on. Have I enjoyed using it for the last 2 years? Oh, definitely. I use this a lot more than I used to use my my HTC Desire. And I guess my next smartphone, what I'll be looking for is, I think I'm going to be sticking with Android, but I'll probably be looking for something that's got a better camera, a sharper display, and I'm definitely going to have a data plan that includes a lot more data, and maybe even an unlimited plan as well. So if there's any phone companies or mobile phone telecom providers out there who are watching this video, we want somebody to have a phone for a couple of years to do lots and lots of videos to it. My name's Rob from robandphoto.com, scalespeeder@gmail.com. Drop me some product, and we can do some nice reviews. But there we go. So that's it. My Samsung Galaxy Nexus, 2 years in. It's been a great Android phone, but maybe it just needed a bit of a better camera. My name's Rob from robandphoto.com. Thanks for watching.